everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I have 4 pickups, 4 steelbooks, 2 Blu-rays, 2 4K releases, and I have to admit some of the steelbooks are quite beautiful and I cannot wait to show you. So a couple of weeks back I done a haul video and I showed this in it, Friday the 13th Part 2, this beautiful steelbook. And I did say in that video that I had parts 1 and 3 coming, and rest assured they have come, and that's what I'm going to be showing now. So here we go, this is the first one. So this is Friday the 13th, and this is still my favourite Friday the 13th movie. Now I know a few people out there, actually a lot of people out there, don't see this as the best Friday the 13th movie. And maybe because Jason's not in this one, maybe that's why they don't regard it as their favourite. But for me, this was always my favourite. It always stuck with me as a child, and I loved Tom Savini's work in this. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Now the one thing I'm going to say about these steelbook releases that kind of pissed me off a little bit, I'm not going to lie about it. They're all 40th anniversary editions, these steelbooks, and I think they did a great job in the steelbooks. I think they look absolutely beautiful. But what really frustrates me was I think parts 1 and 2, they actually have the old Paramount transfers on these steelbooks and not the new Scream Factory ones that we got. Which really is a shame, because you know, you're bringing out a release 40th anniversary edition. Jesus Christ, put in the best looking version of these movies if you're bringing out a 40th anniversary edition. So that is a real shame. Now again, I'm basing this off the fact that part 1 and 2 have a true Dolby 5.1, and I'm almost certain that the Scream Factory releases had DTS 5.1. Now the old Paramount box set that you had, the metal tin edition, they all had true Dolby 5.1, so I'm basing it off that, and just going by the picture, by my memory of the picture quality, they all look very identical. So that's a real shame. It really, really is. Again, I had to go back to that. You know, you put out a 40th anniversary edition, and there was a Scream Factory release of this movie, and you could have used it and you didn't. Absolutely baffling. So yeah, that brings us on to part 3, and thankfully we did get the Scream Factory transfer on this one. Try and make sense of that. I swear to Jesus, it's baffling. We'll never fully understand it. Now, I have watched this movie because I was very interested to see this movie on Blu-ray. Especially the Scream Factory release of it, because I haven't actually sat down and watched it yet. Now, the one thing I will say is there is a marked improvement over that metal tin edition that we got from Paramount. A huge upgrade, sorry. The one thing I will still say about it though is the picture still looks very blurry looking on certain scenes. And again, it's all down to the fact that the film was shot with 3D in mind. And yeah, the film is suffering for that. There's still a lot of film dirt on the picture as well. They tried their best. They got rid of a hell of a lot more of what was on the Paramount release. But there is still a few speckles here and there that can be clearly seen. But other than that, by far the best the film has ever looked. And the DTS 5.1 audio on it sounds absolutely fantastic as well. So yeah, it's great to get that one, to get the Scream Factory picture quality, but shame about the other two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you around the 2 steelbooks, and I'll put the 3 of them together and I'll show you what they look like when you see all the spines matched up. So let's do that right now. Right, so here we go, Friday the 13th, the 3 steelbooks. Now I've already showed off part 2 in a previous video, but I'm going to show it again in this one instead of putting a link down below, and because I put it into a haul video, and chances are you'd have to scroll through the entire video just to find this segment of me showing the steelbook. So yeah, I'm going to show it off. So the first thing you will notice is parts 1 and 3 all have a gloss finish, where the second one they went for a matte finish. Not quite sure why they've done that, but still very nice looking steelbooks. And before I go on to showing them as well, I will quickly just show you the spines of them. And as you can see, they are pairing up very nicely together, even though you can sort of tell the difference with the matte and the gloss. Again, not quite sure why they done that, but hopefully they will continue with this collection, and hopefully they will continue to match up. Please God, they will. So right, we'll start with part 1. So I'm going to move these to a side, and we'll start with this. So again, love the artwork on this one. I was always a fan of the artwork of the original Friday the 13th, and again, digging on the kind of gloss look to it. So as you can see up there as well, it's a 40th anniversary as well, and you've also got a Blu-ray and you get a digital code with it as well. So I'll take it then back around to the spine of it just to give you another look at it, and then to the back. And I will scroll in here just so you can have a look at some of the features. So I presume that if you have the Scream Factory set or even the old Paramount set, chances are you've already got the features on this. So yeah, that is the special features. And then I'll flip this over, and there is your back artwork. So I'm kind of liking that all these steelbooks just have a quote from the movie, which I quite like, and a bit of kind of blood splatter. So yeah, kill her, mommy, kill her. Of course, that's Mrs. Voorhees. So there is a digital code here. I'm going to hold it up if anyone wants to take it. Do not care for digital codes. And then this is the I'll actually take the disc out first, so before I show the inside artwork. So that's the disc. Again, another boring Paramount disc. And that is the inside of the steelbook. So yeah, I'm digging on the artwork and that. I think it looks pretty cool. So right, that is the first Friday the 13th, and yeah, it's a decent looking steelbook, has to be said. Right, so that brings us on to part 2, and very simple looking steelbook, this one, just like the last one as well, of course, 40th anniversary, and again, fingers crossed they will carry on with these. So yeah, we all know this artwork. It's the original artwork for Friday the 13th, so it's quite simple. That's the spine of it there. And then to the back. And again, I'll take you up here if you want to have a quick look at some of the features there. But like I said, I'm sure they're on the Scream Factory set or the Paramount set. So, and then take us around to the back, and of course it's Ralph on his bike. You're doomed. You're all doomed. I actually do love the back artwork on this one. I think it looks great. And then open it up. There's another digital code if someone wants to take it. But then again, I showed that in the last haul video, so chances are that might be gone. So they've opted for a bit of artwork on this disc compared to the first one, which is a bit odd. So yeah, that's the disc, and that is the inside of the steelbook. So the body count continues. So there you go, folks. That is Friday the 13th part 2. It's a nice steelbook, that. And then brings us on to my favourite one, Friday the 13th part 3. When I say favourite, I mean favourite steelbook. But the only problem I have with this one is there's a little bit of damage there, small dent up in the top right corner. It's just not enough for me to return it. I just don't want to go through the hassle of it, and especially how much I paid for it. I didn't really pay a whole lot for it. So yeah, this is definitely my favourite of the steelbooks. As you can see, they're still kind of going for that kind of naturally that 3D look that they were going for back in the day. So yeah, that's the spine of it there. And then take us around to the back, and I'll bring us in again close to have a look at some of the special features there. And yeah, again, I'm sure we have all of them. So remove the J card off, and it's be right back. And again, you get a kind of blood splatter. So that's actually quite nice. Actually, I'll have a look at that in full. Yeah, it's a decent looking steelbook. It's a shame about the dent up there, but what can you do? So this is the other digital code, and then we have the disc itself, and come back to the old boring looking Paramount discs. And this is the inside of the steelbook. So yeah, I really am liking the look of these steelbooks. I keep saying it, if they continue on with these, I say it's going to be a beautiful looking set to have. So yeah, folks, that is the Friday the 13th steelbooks. Definitely looking promising. Right, there you have it. That is the 3 steelbooks, and that collection is shaping up to be quite nice. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they will continue with them. Right, so up to my 4K releases on steelbook, and I picked this one up. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't say a whole lot about it. So we got West Side Story. So this is Steven Spielberg's adaptation of it. The first thing I will say is the response this movie has gotten. The critical response is supposed to be absolutely fantastic. I have to admit, and I'm embarrassed to say this, that I have not seen the original version. Now, I don't know if that's going to hamper my enjoyment, or maybe it's going to help me. I honestly do not know, but I know the original is an absolute classic. And from what I've been hearing, it sounds like this one is going to be the exact same as well. So I can't say much about it, folks. Again, I haven't even knocked it on, so I can't really talk about the picture quality. All I can tell you is I think it does have Dolby Vision. It does have Dolby Atmos, I think, as well. I am right, yeah, Dolby Atmos as well. And yeah, there's not a whole lot else I can say about it. I never had the time to knock it on. So hopefully in the comment sections you can let me know yourselves. Did you get this up on 4K? And please do let me know what the picture quality is like. But knowing Spielberg, I'm sure it's going to look absolutely beautiful. So I will take you around this Steelbook in 1 second. I'm going to just show off the last Steelbook I got, and then I'll show both together, right? So the last pickup I picked up was Uncharted. I needed to see the movie. I had to see the movie, but I knew it wasn't going to be good. And it's all down to the casting. I'm sorry. I love Tom Holland. I think he's a wonderful actor, and I love Mark Wahlberg as well, to an extent. But talking about a miscasting for both actors, they just did not suit the role. Tom Holland in this movie was, you know, he's playing Nathan Drake, and he was just like Spider-Man again. That's all I could get from it. And not to say that he's bad in the movie. He's not. He's just not Nathan Drake. Unfortunately, he's not. Now, if people are going to turn around and say that this film is an origin story, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because if they make another one of these in the next 3 years, he is still never going to be like Nathan Drake. Mark Wahlberg as Sully, I honestly don't know what they were thinking casting Mark Wahlberg for this role. Tom Holland was bad enough, but Mark Wahlberg, no, definitely not Sully. I just can't see it. And yeah, the rest of the cast was okay. Elena wasn't in the movie, but again, it is an origin story, so it's only right that she's not in it. But look, there was enough there, you know, in this movie to make me want to see a sequel to it. If the movie was lacking on action set pieces, if I'm being completely honest, and the story was very, very average as well. But the last half an hour of the movie I found to be incredibly enjoyable. You know, anyone that's played the Uncharted games, you know, it's a shooter game. You know, Tom Holland, he uses a gun once in this movie. It's weird. It just doesn't seem right. I was looking for a good over-the-top action movie. We just didn't get it with this. It was a subpar movie, and it really was a shame. But look, I am open to its sequel. That's the only thing I will say about it. The picture quality looks absolutely beautiful on it. But having said that, something's telling me there's not a whole lot of a difference between this and the Blu-ray. Just going by it. I know it's a native 4K disc. But I can just tell by looking at the picture quality that I know that if I knock on the Blu-ray, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference with it. Thankfully, the Dolby Atmos sounds absolutely fantastic, particularly that last half an hour. Last half an hour of the movie. Sorry, you'll know exactly what I mean when you actually watch it. So all in all, it was a disappointment. I'm not going to lie, but I kind of knew that going into it. So right, so I'm going to take us around these two Steelbooks, and I'll show you what both of them look like. Right, so here we go. So we got the Uncharted and we've got West Side Story. So I'm going to start with West Side Story first and get you around it quite quickly. I'm digging on the artwork on this, especially when you see the whole Steelbook opened in full. It just looks absolutely remarkable. So I'll take us in close just to show you. Again, there's not a whole lot to look at. It's just a very stylistic looking Steelbook. And I do love the artwork they've chosen for this. So this is 4K and you get a Blu-ray with this. And this is, both of these now, Uncharted and West Side Story, they're both from Amazon Italy. Amazingly enough, to get this for like €17, the Steelbook on 4K. It's absolutely amazing. So I'll just bring you in here and show you a couple of the technical aspects and some of the features you can get with this set. And take his back out, and I'm going to just open this J card up so I can get a full look at the Steelbook, if I can. So here we go. Right. So that is the back artwork, and as you can see, it's quite similar to the front. But when you open the Steelbook up in full, it just really looks great. Look at this. I am really digging on that. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. Again, it is very simple, but it's, I don't know, it just does something for me. I think it's great. And then take us around, and I'll quickly show you these discs. So that is your 4K disc. Move that to a side. That is your boring Blu-ray disc. And then the inside of the Steelbook, which looks pretty cool, has to be said. So that is West Side Story. West Side Story, sorry. And hopefully I'll get around to watching this very, very soon. So throw that to a side and we will bring in Uncharted. And I have to admit now, this Steelbook is quite beautiful. I knew the minute I seen it that I wanted the Steelbook edition of it. But again, it's just a shame about the movie itself. So as you can see, it's the opening sequence that you see at the start of this movie. And it just looks, yeah, it's a nice, I love the colour to it, this green kind of tint that it has. You don't see it too often with Steelbooks. And I think there's one or two special goodies that you get inside this as well that's exclusive to Amazon Italy. I think over in America, you get the ring that he wears around his neck. But I would have rather have gotten that now, if I'm being completely honest. So I'll bring us in close there. There's a closer look at the features and a couple of the technical aspects as well. So moving this up now, and that is the back artwork. And again, I love it. I really think it looks great. It's especially when you kind of open it up again. Look at that. That looks pretty badass. So yeah, that is the Steelbook, and I do like when when you bend the light off it. It does look pretty cool. Right, so take it around here, and we have a disc that fell out. Wow. Sure, I may as well take it out and show you. So that is the Uncharted disc, the 4K disc. And then move that to a side. And then we have got the Blu-ray disc. It's always nice to see different artwork on the discs. It doesn't happen too often, weirdly enough. So then that'll take us to a couple of little goodies that you get inside this. But before I do, I will show you just the inside of the Steelbook. And yeah, you got the two lads, and it's kind of just sitting on the wreck of a ship. So yeah, that is the inside Steelbook, and then you get this. I don't know what it's meant to be. It almost looks like a bookmarker or something like that. But it kind of looks really cool when you bend it against the light. I hope that's coming across in the camera. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't know what the hell it's for, but it's look, you get it with it, so I'm not going to say no to it. And then you've also got this little notepad, which I'll just quickly run through. Look, it's a simple notepad, nothing to it at all. So again, like I said, Best Buy, I think it was Best Buy did give away the ring with this. I think I would have preferred that now, if I'm being completely honest. So that is my two Steelbooks, West Side Story and Uncharted. Two beautiful looking Steelbooks, that has to be said. Right folks, so there you have it. That is West Side Story and Uncharted. And even though Uncharted was a bit of a letdown to me when it comes to the movie, the Steelbook is quite beautiful, and still very happy to have it in my collection. So that is it folks, that is it. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could do, leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on some of these movies that I picked up. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.